emojis in the chat. Are y'all ready for day 3?
Day 3, baby.
Let's go. Welcome, everybody.
Wait. Hold on. I want to shout you out because you've been doing such an amazing job hosting. Your edification been crazy. And I just want to give you your flowers, sis. I appreciate you. I know you over there with 2 young kids. You're tutoring, you're working, you're making time for the people. And I just want you to know that we appreciate you, sis. You're doing a phenomenal job. And I just want to let you know that I love you. And keep doing your shit, man. You know, it's a beautiful thing, and I'm happy and honored to be a part of what we got going on. So let's go.
Thank you. Love you. I'm so excited and blessed to be here, y'all. Welcome to day 3 of Pipn Aint Eazy's annual Forex Bootcamp. Traders, buckle up, okay? Because we are diving into the heart of action today. Today is all about tactical techniques. Okay, we've been absorbing the foundational wisdom and exploring the frontline strategies, and we're now turning up the heat. So get ready to get into these tactical techniques that will become your arsenal in the world of trading. Our guest speakers are geared up to share the insights, strategies, and hands-on approaches that you can apply in real time, from precision entries to strategic exits. Today's sessions are designed to equip you with all the tactical skills needed for success. So what am I going to tell you again? Grab your notebooks, clear your charts, and let's dive into the day of techniques that is going to elevate your trading game. Are y'all ready? Drop some fire in the chat. Please give me that energy. I am your host, Tosha Laser, and I'm so super blessed and honored to be with you all today. I am so thrilled to introduce our first guest to you. This extraordinary person is somebody who is not just a super successful trader, but is someone who's really made a profound impact on my journey and the lives of thousands, okay? Beyond the trading charts, this individual is down to earth, always radiating positive vibes. Regardless of their remarkable success, they remain approachable and super humble, creating a community where good energy is the currency. Working alongside of him, I've literally witnessed their unwavering commitment to teaching and sharing knowledge. Their football background adds to their unique perspective to their approach, bringing a winning mindset that transcends the trading world. Today, he'll be diving into the harmonic patterns, unraveling the secrets that will be contributed to our collective success. Get ready for a section full of sauce, filled with insights, and always positive energy whenever he's around. To a friend and a mentor who not only excels in trading, but literally elevates the spirit of our entire community. Let's drop some fire in the chat for my guy, Troy Mitchell. Let's go!
All right, cool, man. Hey, first and foremost, I'm super humble and super grateful just to be here. Just an amazing vibe to hear Miss Tosha Laser just speak, positive words, positive energy. I'm pretty sure she's been doing her thing the whole week on these calls, just edifying people to come on these calls, and like every single day, like I say, any chance that I get to hear Tosha Laser just speak is always like a spiritual energy. You know what I'm saying? She's a very spiritual, heartwarming person, and it definitely made me smile. Like I said, I've done this before with her, and it's just like it's just a beautiful feeling just to be back on these calls. Like I haven't did a Zoom call in a long time. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't get on Zooms like for trading like that in a while. So just being back in this presence is, like I said, it's a beautiful feeling. And like I said, I appreciate the whole gang from Pipn to Tosha Laser, to Robs, and everybody that's putting this together. Pipn Aint Eazy. It's been a long time. How long you been around? About 5 years, 4 years? 3-4 years, still pushing strong. So just to see the brand and everything, flourishing, and just good people, man. That's why they're able to do calls like this. That's why they have people come on these calls that's pretty big in the industry, but they still want to do things for Pipn Aint Eazy because of the people that's behind it. So, nothing else needed, but just ask somebody to get on the call. They're gonna do it because of the energy, like I said. So that's a beautiful thing. So I appreciate y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. Me personally, I've been in this trading world, this trading journey for a long time. And everybody just gets so caught up in a lot of different ways to trade and different strategies to trade in. But as you go through this journey, it's a personal journey. You're gonna start to figure out what you like to do, what you want to do, how you want to trade, what information, what education you can use to piece together to make it work for you. You know what I'm saying? Some people may like the day trade, they like the scalp trade, some people like the intraday trade, some people like the swing trade. And me personally, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm every single one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like a day trade, like an intraday trade, like a swing trade. And that just comes with experience and time. And experience, not necessarily it's time, but it's the time that you put into the work, the craft. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I could be trading for 1 year, but I could put in 7 hours a day, 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, just like somebody that may be working a job. I put everything into this. So it's a lot of hours put into this. So it's a lot of experience, a lot of things that we still learning, you know what I'm saying? You're never gonna have your cup full to where you feel like you know everything, you know what I'm saying? So I take on a lot of education from a lot of different people and I take what I need and put it into what I like to do. So today, um, well, I'll give you a little background on myself. I'm not, I'm a regular person, regular extraordinary person that just like love life. You know what I'm saying? I love everything about life and the experiences that we have. I've just been fortunate enough to be in places and positions to place sports that give me a lot of experience in life on the leadership side. Leadership in a sense of just being selfless or just trying to figure out how you can make everybody else use the best that they have to be the best that they are. You know what I'm saying? So that's what life is about, is just taking out what you can see in somebody that's good and just helping them make it better. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you got to focus more on the good and not necessarily worry about the negatives. It's easy for us as people to look at what we're not good at and and be intimidated about it to where we forget what we are good at and not actually amplify it. So once you can start showing people what they're good at, I promise you it's a space in this world for them to succeed in something. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of where I feel like my place in this world is to find the good in people and just bring it out. You know what I'm saying? And keep on bringing it out. So we're gonna find that in trading for y'all today. Maybe me, when you teaching and trading, you still learning a lot more for yourself. So being back on here, I kind of see some more things as well. So I'm gonna go over the harmonic pattern. But before I go over the harmonic pattern, I want to show y'all a couple, key links that I want y'all to actually watch, and also go, look on this website and find some things. Me personally, I had got this poster. It's a harmonic scanner poster, not harmonic scanner, but harmonic patterns. Um, and it shows a lot of different patterns that's really key to the market. Me personally, I just put it up. I put it up on my wall right in front of the computer, and it's showing you every percentage of the charts in which the market could change and turn over. And the reason I got into harmonics is it'll be more so the next video I'm gonna show y'all. But a lot of the big time successful traders from back in the day, uh, they use these patterns on a very structural level, very percentage based level, and numbers are very important to everything in the world. Even computers are all built on numbers. So when you can get a specific hint from numbers, you can start figuring out key turning points, key points in the market, and you can start visualizing and painting the market. A lot of people think being an artist is something like a painter or something like that. But every single person that's on this call, we trade forex, you become an artist, and you have to paint the canvas. And you got to paint the future, and you have to be good at painting the future to where now you can start being successful inside of trading. So basically, to become a better artist inside the foreign exchange market, I used the patterns, and the patterns gave me a way to print the market without even seeing what's next. I was able to predict and print the market, and that's how we get paid. So these patterns are very very heavy for your mental and in a sense of your success in trading, if you want to use it or not. But it's more so of a direction correlation pattern type. It's not necessarily the way to trade. It's the idea of where the trades can go. And when you can know where price going from the highest time frame to the lowest, you in for a lot of money. You know what I'm saying, in a short amount of time. So if you ask Pipn, I told Pipn how I trade totally different from a lot of people. But it's a philosophy that, it works for me. You see what I'm saying? So if you go to this website right here, I'm gonna put it into the chat. Um, you can save it. You can go back to it whenever you feel like it. Boom. unnecessary notes you go to when you feel like it. But basically, this has a lot of information about different harmonic patterns, not even just harmonic patterns, but just a lot of things on how the market move. Me personally, I go to this trading poster. I like the trading poster. And basically, this little poster right here shows you all the different patterns, like the A plus B equals CD. It's showing you where it can reverse at, how far it's going. AB equals C, and these are like it can look like head and shoulders. It can look like double top, double bottom. They have double top, double bottoms, but it's showing you in numbers and percentages. So when you can see like the Fibonacci, if a lot of you guys use Fibonacci, you can see it and you can start correlating these numbers to actually give yourself a better advantage. I mean, that's what mostly trading is about, giving yourself advantage on all the big money in the market. So get that poster. I co-sign it. I don't know these people, but to be honest with you, my mom had got it years ago, and I put it up, and because I was having a little funk with trading, and I just couldn't figure out what was going on, and this poster was in the garage. I said, let me go get this poster. Got the poster, and the rest is history. I took it and really sat down for about a week, study all these patterns, and I remember like clockwork now. So that's that on that. The second link is a very, very important link because I know a lot of you guys probably do a lot of self-development. Uh, this is self-development for traders, specifically. These are some of the best traders in the world having a podcast, literally speaking about, I'm talking about years and years and years and years ago, speaking about, the same thing that you guys are going through in trading and everybody go through, you're going to hear it on this video, and I'm talking about some of the best traders is basically giving out this information. So, um, a lot of stuff you can find on YouTube, but like this was one of those ones that really gonna connect with you guys, everybody that's trading, and it's very simple. You know what I'm saying? It's very simple. They break down trading in the sense of just the simplicity of who you are. You know what I'm saying? So every challenge you go through, everything that you see in the market, they're going through it as well. And the guy that I forget his name, what is Mark Douglas, something like that. He wrote Trading in His Own. Yeah, Mark Douglas. He wrote Trading in His Own. So basically, instead of him writing in the book, he's giving it to you on like a live podcast. I call this a podcast, and it's happening like 30 years ago, something like that. So, um, super educational. I'm not gonna go through it, but super educational. It can show you that he'll tell you that you can win 80% of your trades and still make $1 million a year. And it's guys in there that do it, and that's kind of like my philosophy that I tell Peter. Like, even though I can lose a lot of trades, but if I win over 80% trades in a week, or let's say or 70% trades in a week, I probably just had a record breaking week. I promise you. I'm gonna be completely honest. If I win 70% of my trades in a week, then I guarantee you I'd have made 10, 20, $30,000 in that week easily. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times I can go 30%, 40%, and I can still make $2,000, $3,000. But me personally, I don't play to just get by. I play to go to the house. I'm a low risk, high reward person. Like I'm gonna take the lowest amount and try to make it the biggest amount. You know what I'm saying? 1,000 to 10,000. That's my game plan a lot of the time. So I can do that within a month, within really 2 weeks, a week. That's just how I like to trade, and the skill set that I've acquired and the studying and the confirmation that I've put in the last 5 or 6 years. I put in a lot of time, so it's like it gives me an edge to actually understand the market to take these risks. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not telling you, encouraging you to do this, but you get to a point of where you just get confident in what you're doing, to where you can start doing things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So I am gonna be super fair about that, and depending on your rate of win or the rate that you go by. So, but outside of that, we can go ahead and get into the charts. Me personally, let's go see what pair should we go through. I'm gonna go through Euro JPY because that's the main pair that I do trade. So I do want to break some things down on how I actually go through the charts, and it's pretty simple. Start. I don't know if you guys start this high, but I can start from like the 3 month. I can go from the 3 month, and basically what I'm looking for before I even look for the patterns is liquidity. Liquidity is double bottoms, double tops, all those things. Double bottom, double tops. Where price hasn't came back to for a while with imbalances. So basically, this is a 3 month time frame, and that's a long time. However, it's still the same structure. It's still the same structure. So basically, I mean, if you're looking at this right here, this is an imbalance right here. So it feels imbalanced, but it never broke this high. So this is basically uh supply zone. You see what I'm saying? So supply zone. So basically, I called an EJ trade. I don't know when I called it. Pipn was about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. But we've been looking for this sell for a little minute. In a sense of just looking at the higher time frame. Now we actually got the sell literally right here. I promise you, we got the sell up here. But sometimes your mind can play tricks on you in this market, even though you know that you're right. It can play tricks on you in the market. So once I get from the 3 month, I just look at where price is at and just start going down to the 1 month and just start seeing what we're getting. So the 1 month, if you want to refine this even more, so this is a 3 month supply zone. Refine it even more. This is another imbalance right here. So this is the biggest imbalance right here. Let's say right there, that's an imbalance. So the market trades from liquidity, imbalance to imbalance. So basically, this is what liquidity in the market right here. And you never know how far up it can go as long as the imbalance. It could have came right here and fell. It could have came right here and fell. It just so happened pushed all the way up to the last piece of the imbalance. So I lost trades right here, I lost trades right here, and I lost trades right here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking for the sell, and like I said, you get a lot of fake outs. If I go to the smaller time frame, even on the daily, you'll see where the fake outs happen. I call some signals in the trade, like this right here, boom, fake out, another reversal. Fake out, another reversal. And it pushed up to the last high in the actual imbalance. So it gets kind of tricky. Like I said, it can even come all the way back up here and then fall again to fill 100% of the imbalance. You see what I'm saying? So that's just how the trading world is. But like I said, going to the patterns, like I'm gonna be honest with y'all, this is a beautiful setup on a pattern. It's an ABC pattern. So ABC is basically, I'm gonna show it to you right now. So ABC pattern is basically, I'm gonna do it with this ABC pattern is this A right here, this the B, and this is a C. So A, B, C. If you get that poster, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It's a three-point move, A, B, C. And basically where the move is gonna go to is between the 127 and the 161. And it can go a little bit higher than like you see right here. It went a little bit higher than 161. But essentially between the 120 and 161 is where you're looking for a sell. This is the last TP from this actual move. So anybody that caught this move right here could have played the ABC pattern. You see what I'm saying? Not only is it an ABC pattern, it's an AB plus CD pattern. And basically, you got two patterns in one. AB equals CD. And that's between 130, 120, 127 to 142. So 142 is right here. So essentially, you still have a little bit more wiggle room before it hits the 142, but it don't have to hit the 142, to be honest with you. So knowing that you have an ABCD pattern, D is the reversal, 161.8 on the ABC is the reversal. Now, this might go over a lot of you guys' head because you might not be too familiar with the patterns, but like I said, once you get that chart, you pretty much understand the chart's like $25. But you start to see these patterns happen all the time in the market on the lowest time frame to the highest time frame. So basically, this is giving us an advantage on understanding now that we have the imbalance in the market, and we have the imbalance in the market, we have the patterns that's in the market. This is a pretty strong reversal area. Now, will it reverse? You never know, but it's a pretty accurate way to predict market. Like I said, we caught this trade right here. Like I can go to the smaller time frame, and like I said, I call it in the signals, call it in the chats. But right here, this right here was exactly why I caught the trade because, like I said, from imbalance to imbalance, liquidity. This right here is literally equal highs right here. This is the imbalance right here. Came into imbalance, they gave you the wick right there, and the rest was history. Me personally, I held for a good minute, about a good little $10,000, $20,000. I knew we could have killed it. I kept saying in the chat, but we can hold this all the way down. I literally kept saying we can hold this for so long. And me personally, honestly, I still think he's about to sell again right here, like right now. Like I said, this is liquidity right here. Imbalance, imbalance, imbalance field right here. And came up to the imbalance field right there. So it's still valid. You know what I'm saying? That was a strong area of the market that price literally came up to. You know, so this is liquidity right here for wick. So there's really no telling how far this will come down, but when you look at the patterns, guys, it can come down a long time. And that's a lot of money. So this is what got me into more swing trading, because I can catch a trade like this with one standard at $1,000 account or $500 account. If I catch the right entry, it's gonna go for a pretty long time. You know what I'm saying? Hold on one second. Let me get my charger real quick. And basically, like I said, I got into this style of trading because I'm not a bot person. I rather just I like learning the raw, uncut way of trading, because I know the type of mindset that I have with the markets and taking these trades when I see it's right, I'm gonna make a lot more money. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. And basically, when you get a retest to the A, B, C, D, and a retest to the 127, it comes low key. It comes in between the 80% retest and the 62. So 80% and 62 right there. So this basically it can be 100% retest to the year, or lower. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, when the top of the year, I wanna see how the year went. It's January 1st. This whole year has been super bullish. So this is a full bullish candle on the 12 month. So basically, you're getting a little pullback. Um, this is exactly kind of what I'm thinking about. So this is the last low right here, high of the year. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get a 50% test right here to start the new year. Retrace back above this high area to fill this imbalance, and then you're gonna come lower. So that's my hypothesis of the market. Like I said, it's the liquidity that you got to break. It's liquidity that's gonna break right there, 50% right there, and it's an imbalance right here. So looking for price to come into this area for a little minute, or maybe even this area. Yeah. So that's pretty much the way that I look at the market. Like I said, those patterns. I probably had to come on with Pipn another time to give a really, once you guys get those posters, to really start understanding those numbers and things of the nature. But everything is built off the Fibonacci, 100% Fibonacci. But like I said, I don't want to talk too much. I want to give you guys some questions that y'all may have, and then we can use some of that time to break it down as well. But basically, like I said, I really keep it simple. I trade imbalance to imbalance. No, that's it. Liquidity to liquidity. And I learned that from John Fibonacci. Like I said, I'm pretty cool with John Fibonacci. He has a YouTube as well, but that's what I learned. And with the things that I already know with with the harmonic patterns, it just made it a lot more easier. I'm in a lot of peace when I take my trades now. You know what I'm saying? And I should know exactly what's gonna happen. Unless it just do some stupid like EJ did right here. Just did a 1 minute 100 pip buy up. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. But I won't. I'll probably lose right then and there, but I'll make it all back, because that 100 pips is nothing compared to, let's say, what, 700 pips. You know what I'm saying? So once you understand and you can start trusting your trades and understand where you think price is going, like you're in for a real payday. You know what I'm saying? You literally would never be down and out to the point where you can't get back up. It's been times where I take $50 to 500, $300 to 10,000. $300 to 20,000. I did this with my own eyes. So it's like I don't need the belief from nobody else. I'm doing this myself. You know what I'm saying? And when you start doing it yourself and really start seeing that you can do it, you really, a lot of stuff be a lot of, commotion and a lot of, no, what's the word I'm looking for? You get a lot of distractions. But like, trading is simple and you can find your way in it. Some of you guys can trade right now with what you know right now. It's just more of the confidence of when you're gonna take the trade, how you're gonna take the trade, why you taking the trade. You see what I'm saying? And when everything checks out, I'm pretty much, it's that simple. And sometimes, when I do calls and things of this nature, I make it sound so simple, but I promise you it is. I used to complicate it. The only reason I used to lose back in the day, I've been losing for a while up until like the last year, 2 years, is because I was more of I over leveraged. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of you guys over leverage. It's part of the game, but sometimes I tell people my philosophy about greed is a lot different than a lot of other people's philosophy about greed. Greed help you grow, and a lot of people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, when it comes to the market, I was greedy in the market, but I grew so fast. I grew faster than a normal person because I'm looking more at the extreme side of the market, not the let me get by the market. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to trade to just have no not have a job. I want to trade to have real income. Like, I'm talking about income that's buying years and years and years and years in two trades. You know what I'm saying? That's my philosophy in the marketing. That's why I do recommend that video because a lot of people that got different philosophies in the market, and you got to stick to what you comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? And like a trade, I could take a trade. I'm pretty sure next year I'm gonna take a trade that's gonna make 100K, and it's gonna be like, damn, you made 100K in 2 weeks in one trade. Yeah, I've been prepared for this for 6 years. You know what I'm saying? The same way I'm trading now is the same way I started trading when I first started trading. That's why I got hooked to trading. If I didn't see the money early, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be trying to trade or do anything in the nature. So, um, yeah. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any questions? Well, yeah. This could be a sale right now. Me personally, this could never be a sale right now because it just made a double bottom with a W, which is a buy pattern, but it has to retest and keep going up. So if it don't retest and it don't break this wick right here, it's gonna keep falling. I just watched USD make the perfect W and kept falling. I'm about to show you. Like a lot of the patterns they do use they leave clues. Watch this out. Look how perfect this W is. Hold on, let me show you. Look at this W. The most perfect W in the world. And it never can't make that high. You're supposed to get a retest in a high. So like you got a retest, but it never broke that high. That go your sell. So basically, if it retests right here and come back and never break the high, that's a sell zone easily. So that's essentially what's going on right here, right now. www dot. And if it do start selling, it definitely gonna break this low right here. You retest these zones you're gonna retest right here. And it already did. So it already retested and never broke. You see what I'm saying? So it came back up here to retest, feel the imbalance, and it's starting to go lower. So that could easily be a sell trade. It is 100 pip stop loss, 60 pip stop loss. So you wanna look at that. That's crazy. Like I can risk a standard on this trade. One standard, the risk what that is, $600 to make $4,000, and EJ will give you this in one day. literally. So me personally, it didn't take me too long to learn harmonic patterns because I kind of seen them a lot of different places, but um, sometimes like I know what pattern I'm looking for and I could just find it on the chart. But it don't take long. Within 30 days, you know most of the patterns that you're looking for. Like I said, I trade ABC, or ABC pattern, which is the first pattern to the left. Uh, that AB plus CD, I trade the Gartley. The main one I trade is the cipher pattern. So it's not a hard way to trade. Like you can find one pattern and just find that pattern every time. Like you don't have to keep looking for all these different patterns. I just do it because I'm complex. You know what I'm saying? I just try to figure out every possible scenario to make the best for me to trade. So every single day I come on the trade, I'm looking for the best possible scenario every time. You know what I'm saying? So whatever, yeah, shark crab. You can do the shark, you can do crab, but like I said, it's more of the cipher, the Gartleys, and the things like those ones that I like the most. And ABC, ABC. If you catch an ABC pattern, oh my God, you're gonna make a lot of money. Like I'm talking about a pattern that pulls back a little bit past the 60%, between the 60 and 80%, and they don't come back. Oh, you're gonna make a lot of money. That pattern can go take out a monthly high, or hell, a 6 month high if you wanted to. And that's like this right here was a easy ABC pattern, but like it was perfect. You know what I'm saying? Got the last supply zone, I mean demand zone right here. Took out the last wick. I'm pretty sure it's an imbalance in here somewhere. I can show you exactly how they took this trade. I was just playing the sales, but yeah, it's probably only 1 minute somewhere. But I was just playing the sales to keep it going. But like I said, that's how they get you. And it came all the way back and retested again with an ABC pattern. You know what I'm saying? This pattern right here is a reversal pattern. Like this is why this trade can be very, very promising. Because it came into the 127, 160 right here. So this trade can be super promising to fall all the way back below, like easily. Like if it don't fall right now, it'll definitely come in here. So it's big sales pending in this trade right here. I'm not gonna even lie to y'all. It's like you got to be careful too because it might. It's like right now 7:30, 8:30 somewhere in y'all times somewhere else, but at 12 o'clock, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and when it start getting tricky, I can go send a wig old wick up here. So, but I kind of like this move right here. The field imbalance right here. Head and shoulders retested the structure. So, but like I said, the payout is extreme though. So you just gotta use a little bit of your trading knowledge to figure out how you want to play that trade. Like I said, I know I'm in a sell zone right now overall. So that's kind of where I look at it. Any more questions? But like I said, also I will leave y'all with um, a little advice. Me personally, last year it was I'll say a struggle at the beginning of the year, midway through the year, and towards the end of the year is when I started getting like my trading down to a T. But the way I started getting my trading down to a T is literally doing this. Trading one pair. I trade one pair. Like this pair right here probably made me the most money I ever made in trading because I focus on it. That's it. You don't. I mean, it's a lot of these pairs make the same moves. You just got to be in the right one. You know what I'm saying? So, um, if a trade like this can give me in one move, hell, even 200 pips, 300 pips in 1 week, that's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, uh, EJ, it moves like a gold and things of that nature, but it's a forex pair. So um, my advice to everybody on here, just finding a pair and just sticking to it and just using those strategies as far as the harmonics, the imbalances, the liquidity, and you just start, you should start finding your groove from there, and then that's when you can start branching off into different pairs. Go for it. In the meantime, in between time, you just breaking down one and starting to, catch a couple of wins and things of that nature, and start reading. And I do encourage people, if you on a demo, just use a real account. You know what I'm saying? A lot of money that you're gonna spend, somewhere else, you might well just get the emotions done with the real money. Like a lot of reason a lot of people don't win in trading because they don't activate their emotions when they dealing with fake money. You know what I'm saying? You always gotta be real money. And if you don't have real money, you just gotta figure out a way to go get it. But in the meantime, like when you trade demo, when you trade real, it's two different things, two different emotions. And you gotta know how to tame it. Like if I'm in a demo account and I got 20, 30 lots on the trade, I have no emotions. But if I'm in a live trade with 20, 30 standards, like I'm not leaving the trade until I feel like it's moving. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a difference to be going up $1,000, $2,000 in 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. You flushing around 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and then you up 1,000, 2, 3,000, and you think you want to quit the trade because you got 2, 3,000 compared to what you used to, but just getting better and preparing yourself and perfecting your craft, that 2, 3,000 can be 10, 20,000. And that's the game that you have to play. It's not a game of nothing else. It's really the game that you put into your mind that you playing, and you got to figure out how to maneuver your game. It ain't the market game. It ain't the bank's game. It's you becoming an NBA player in your game. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I played sports my whole life. I played college from little league, all the way up. And it's basically making the game your game. Yeah, it's essentially a game field, but it's not your game until you start growing into it. And you have to find a way to grow into the best player you can be. And from my experience, you got to go play like you in the game with money. You can't do too much in practice all the time. Practice is not the game. The practice is not the crowd, the 100,000 fans, screaming to the top of their lungs. You go to Alabama, then Bryant Stadium, everything changes in practice because now you got 100,000 people going against you, plus 11 other people that's 10 times your size, and it's like, okay, damn, yeah, I can do this every day in practice and hit 100 for 100, but in the game, you're dealing with emotions. You're dealing with no thought process. You gotta make challenging decisions within 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. When you put a trade in for 10 standards, you look at your heart pounding at 10 seconds, 3 seconds. You just fluctuate. So it's like, how do I get good at that? You just gotta keep practicing it. You know what I'm saying? I done spent 20, $30,000 on prop accounts this year. You know what I'm saying? All my profits I done made, I went right back into the damn prop account. So it's like this is the price I was willing to pay to get better at trading. You know what I'm saying? So like now when I'm trading live accounts, I can take $1,000 to $6,000 in one trade. I can take 6,000 to 20,000 in one trade because I'm playing a different game now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a rookie. I got the experience now, and I got the emotions down, and I got the information down, and it's just like I got to show up. You know what I'm saying? And when you show up, you got to show out. That's the only way you get paid. It's no different in NFL. If people ain't showing out, then you get paid. You know what I'm saying? So outside of that, I don't know too much else to give you guys, but that's my simplicity of the market. I don't want to hold too much time for everybody else. I know we got another speaker on the call, my boy Charlton, come over here and talk about the cryptos and things of that nature. So outside of that, I'm gonna pass it back to you, Ms. Toes, Peter. Appreciate y'all for having me on the call. And if you need another one, I can come back on here and figure out some specifics people need. You know what I'm saying?
Every time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's always sauce. It's always fire. It's always positive energy. Y'all drop some 777s and some thank yous in the chat for our guy Troy. Let's go. I always learn something new from you. I'm super grateful. Super grateful, super honored every single time. Thank you so much for that. Oh, I think he tried to say something. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, I was like, anytime, y'all can come on here and do some things like this. I'm definitely down. So appreciate y'all having me.
Always,
Leverage
always.
here, folks. He said anytime. When I when I hit him, no, I'm just playing. But Troy always showed up, man. He always show up and show out anytime I hit his line. I remember when I first even got into this opportunity, I had just signed up. We was in IML. I just signed up with my sister Tosh, and he hopped on the call with me. I ain't had no signups. I didn't have nobody. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I think he was like C10. You know what I'm saying? And C25, something. He makes a good amount of money, and he hopped on the call with me. He had just met me that day. Tosha introduced me, so he always had my back from day one, man. And he's continuously put me in situations and opportunities to win, and I'm forever grateful for that. But yeah, man, I just want to give your flowers right now while everybody listening in. You know what I'm saying? And just let you know how genuine and a great person this individual is, man. He's 100, no question.
None. Period. Okay, y'all. I hope you got your notes and your pad ready. Go ahead and flip that page because our next exceptional guest is a successful day trader who offers real-world insights that comes from a place of passion for the crypto perpetual futures market. Okay, he has a business degree from Clark Atlanta, and by blending practical know-how with academic insight, he makes financial markets feel both accessible and exciting. He's all about empowering the next generation. He's deeply committed to youth mentorship, making sure that the love for finance and business gets passed down by generation and generation. As a crypto enthusiast, our guest takes the complexity out of crypto perpetual futures, making it understandable for learners of all levels. And he's here to bridge the gap and ensure everyone can be a part of the crypto journey. He's here to share his passion and make the world of crypto trading feel like second nature. So everybody, please do me the honor and drop us some 777s in the chat for Charlton McKinney. Let's go!
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the introduction. First and foremost, thank you for having me. Secondly, thank you for having Troy on as well. My guy Troy is dropping immense amount of knowledge. I've known him for years now. He's a significantly, knowledgeable trader. Good brother, good energy. And if you follow his lead, he's gonna lead you to the water. He's gonna lead you to the promised land. That's what I could tell you just from experience. And so, yeah, thank you again, Queen. Thank you, Mr. Peter, for having me on this show. I'm real eager to share my knowledge. I wish I was at the house. I'd give y'all a little bit more sauce, but I do have a little tricks up my sleeve I can show y'all today. First and foremost, I'm going to share my screen real quick. We're just going to go over the definition of perpetual crypto and what it means to trade that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to give you a quick definition here. Share my screen here. And type a 2 in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. All right, perfect. All right, so really quickly, right, before I get into the importance of blockchain, crypto, etc., this is just the basic definition. Perpetual contracts and agreements to buy and sell an asset at a predetermined price without an expiration date. You can long or short and hold your position as long as you desire. Now, what is the benefit of doing this? Okay, if you understand buying and selling an asset, buying crypto, trading, I'm pretty sure everybody's traded something here, or even done options. With the crypto perpetuals, there is no expiration date. So prime example, if you have Robinhood, there's expiration dates on doing your option trading. So let's say you want to hold a trade, you want to buy, let's say Coinbase or Robinhood stock, and you want to buy the option, you do a call option, and you're betting that the stock will go from $30 to $50 in 60 days. So you're hoping it goes up. So as 60 days goes on, okay, let's say you get into profit all right, and it hasn't reached the 60 days, and by the time it reached that 60 days, it's no longer in profit, and you might have taken a loss when it goes from, let's say, $30 to $25, all right? With perpetual crypto, you can purchase Bitcoin. You say, okay, Bitcoin's at 30,000. I'm bullish on it, okay, and I think it's gonna go up. So after, it could be 30 days, it could be 10 days, it could be 60 days, it could be a year. And let's say Bitcoin goes from 30,000 to, let's say, 50,000, all right? I can, within that period of time, I can close, right? If it's 14 days from now, if Bitcoin goes from 30,000, 50,000, I can close that trade for a profit. I don't have to wait for an expiration date, any of that nature. I can take my profits. I pay whatever fee it is to the broker, whether it be $5, $10, whatever your broker charges, right? And I can take my profit, all right? Or I could be bearish. I can make money on saying that, hey, this price is going to go, Bitcoin's price is going to go down. Now, not only can you benefit from the price going up and down, you can also do it with leverage, all right? So if I would have did that 30K Bitcoin to 50K Bitcoin, and let's say I did it with 2x leverage. So instead of 20 grand, all right, I'm making 40 grand instead. You can do it with leverage. Now, of course, the con with that is you can lose that money as well if it goes the opposite way. But on the positive side, you can hold that because there's no expirations on that contract. You can hold that as long as you desire. Okay. So let's say you think Bitcoin's going to go, you're really bearish. Bitcoin's at what, 43K right now. So let's say, okay, I think Bitcoin's going to go to 20K by, February, right? And then Bitcoin continues to go on a bull run and never comes back to 20K until the next bear market. I can still hold that position until Bitcoin comes down to 20K, so I can either break even, or if it cuts below 20K, I can take a profit, all right? That's the benefit of perpetuals. It could put you in a situation where you can take profit really quickly, all right? And also, if you find yourself in a bad position, you can just play the waiting game, all right? Now, if anybody has any questions, please let me know. Hopefully you understood that I guess simplistic explanation of perpetual futures of crypto and the benefits of it. Now I'm going to go into detail of why crypto is very important to us. Not only crypto, but crypto is being linked to blockchain, and why that's important for us right now. If you know anything about the markets and human nature, human systems, they all change. They all go through transitions. Like money is like water. It's they call it current. It's a currency. It's like water has currents. Money changes positions, changes form, right? Every cycle. At first, we were using the barter system. Next, we were using precious metals. Then we were using paper and checks. Then we went to, it took 400 years for us to get to the debit card, right? And it took 40 years for us to accept the debit card universally. Now we've introduced crypto in 2010, 2011, Bitcoin came on the scene. That was just 13 years ago. So Bitcoin was less than a penny, all right? Now Bitcoin is over $42,000, right? And that's less than 13 years. So that's letting you know the systems are speeding up with human technology advancement. So if you had any doubt about crypto, all right, you just have to look at the past history, right, of human technology, right, and their advancements, all right, to give you reassurance, or do some market research on your own. That's how you look back. All right, so how did humans transform money? How did they transform information? It changed every so often. And if it's newer, better, cheaper to run, they're more efficient, I should say, then they're going to go with it. Now, I'm going to show you I'm going to share another screenshot here. Give me 1 second here. Let me stop share for a second. Give me 1 second here. Photo, gallery. All right. All right. So unfortunately, I can't share my PDF document. All right. So basically, my PDF document enclosed a multitude of S&P 500, US 30 companies. I know you're familiar with trading US 30, S&P. There are a lot of those corporations that are already on the blockchain. Now, the blockchain is basically a decentralized database where you can, it's a more advanced database for companies to store their information, secure information. And so it can't be, let's say, copied and then, you know, transferred to a spy in Russia or transferred to another company, a countering, you know, company that's trying to compete with them. It's so that they can keep their company information safe and secure, because we already know what a big issue nowadays is hackers. If hackers can hack your business will potentially fail because you're giving up sensitive information of your customers, and your customers can now sue you. And so you'll have a lot of companies that will suffer because they don't have any safety out there. With the security of the blockchain, right, a self-checking security system of data blocks per se, a company is safer out there, especially with the advancement of these hackers. They need something that's going to protect them. So you have companies like Amazon, Microsoft, NVIDIA, major corporations, PayPal, that are all on the blockchain, and they're using the blockchain on a daily basis. About 6 years ago, all right, people were laughing about people that were interested in the blockchain, saying, oh, you'll never get a job in blockchain, et cetera, et cetera. Then all of a sudden, they started putting advertisements on, you know, whatever it be, LinkedIn, et cetera, you know, hiring blockchain engineers, hiring these individuals. And these guys are making over $150,000, $250,000 a year, right? They come into this role, and it's like literally their first, second year, you know, being involved in the blockchain. And so these corporations were serious about jumping on board. Now, how does that benefit Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin is, what I call Bitcoin is the king of crypto. Imagine the Nile River, all right? The originator of this crypto thing is Bitcoin. It's the most safe, most secure. And these other projects, these other coins that are also on the blockchain, all right, in order for there are smaller rivers that link up to the Nile River, all right? Bitcoin is the Nile River. These other coins are smaller rivers that, you know, flood off here, flood off there, deviate here, etc. But they all flow back to Bitcoin. And what does that mean? In order for someone, let's say they want to invest into a blockchain project, all right, that blockchain company might accept USD or might accept Bitcoin. In order for you to invest in that project, you have to purchase Bitcoin in order to purchase that smaller coin, let's say Cardano, or even bigger one, Ethereum, or even you know, Crow.com, etc., Crypto.com coin, etc. You'll have to purchase Bitcoin in order to participate and purchase their coin or to invest in their company that's on the blockchain. So all paths go back to the Nile River. All paths, even my XRP moon boys that are out there that swear XRP is going to go to 50,000 per, going to overtake Bitcoin, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But all paths flow back into Bitcoin. That's why you see Bitcoin is at $43,000. Now, Ethereum is very important as well. Ethereum is at $2,200. A lot of what Ethereum is doing is that they're building things on the blockchain, right? Where you have financial institutions that might need contracts that are saved on the blockchain and secured on the blockchain. They can offer that service for them, right? And so they use Ethereum to verify those transactions on the blockchain. I believe the owner of Ethereum, the creator of Ethereum, I can't pronounce his name, starts with a V, Valitech, whatever, super genius kid, whatnot. Ethereum has already surpassed, I want to say, over $50 billion in profits alone, just from corporations coming in, using their technology, using Ethereum, purchasing Ethereum, etc. You know what I'm saying? So the future is going to be blockchain. It may not be XRP, it may not be, Kanye coin, etc. But the future is going to be blockchain, and these major corporations are already getting on board. Now let's get into the price of Bitcoin. So if you're interested in making money in the crypto sphere, yeah, I'm gonna go to the backdrop as well. If you're interested in making money in the crypto sphere, type a 7 in the chat if y'all want me to give you a trading nugget real quick, a financial market trading nugget, so you'll know if the market's gonna be bearish or bullish. All right, Carlene said 7. All right. Priscilla, thank you, Priscilla. All right, so here's a nugget here. We've got the Federal Reserve, okay? We've got the Federal Reserve. When you have somebody that's saying, oh, the market is going to be bullish, whether it be S&P, US 30, let's say we're going to be on a bull run, this is how you can tell if they know their stuff or not, right? The only times we go into a bull run, right, I'm talking about a new all-time highs like we're experiencing right now, okay, is when the Feds, right, the Federal Reserve, they control inflation, they control interest rates, etc. Is when the Feds start to pivot or give a hint that they're going to pivot. And what does pivoting mean? So let's say the Fed has raised interest rates, right, just like they recently have, and interest rates went from 2% all the way to 5.5%, right? When that happened, what happened to the market? The market was going down, okay? Now, when the Fed starts to pause, that's when the market starts to go into either consolidation or it starts to creep up if it anticipates that the Feds will then start cutting rates. Okay. So prime example, how does that relate to the market, etc.? So prime example, when you look at the housing market, right? When prices are going, let's say, are skyrocketing for homes, right? You have an interest rate, right? You could either have a low interest rate in a high priced house, right? Or you can have a you can have a higher interest rate, right? Because what's going to happen? The housing market's going to come down, all right? But your interest rate's going to be, 8%, right? So either you're going to have a high interest rate and a cheaper home, or you're going to have a more expensive home and a cheaper interest rate, all right? And so I'm telling you right now, 2024, when the Feds have already paused this December when their Fed meeting, when they start to cut interest rates, we're anticipating they've got about 4 or 5 meetings the first 2 quarters. We're anticipating right around June, July, right? That's when they're going to start cutting interest rates back down, okay? That's when you're going to see hyper asset inflation. You're going to see Bitcoin. You're going to see the stocks, right? You're going to see real estate markets, right? You're going to see them all start to skyrocket and take off. Bitcoin is going to enter another bull cycle, and it's going to enter an all-time new high. It's going to go past 60,000, 70,000. I'm about to show you a chart of where the price is going to go, okay? And all these things are going to go to hyperinflation. Now, there's good and bad things about this, right? It's good if you've been putting money aside into crypto, into the stocks, right, every month. you know, whatever you can afford to lose, etc., right? And just stacking up and racking up and being patient. It can be bad because at this point in time, okay, this is at this point in time with all the inflation that's going on already with food inflation, all right, and the housing market inflation, okay, you have the least amount of Americans that can afford to put money to a side to invest, right? That's the downside of it, okay? But all I can say is, hey, try to file your taxes early if you think you're going to get a return, right? Biden has already announced they plan on giving people money back, right? Even more money back with tax returns. And that's also a trigger, also a symptom of saying, hey, the market's about to go into another crazy run to the upside. Because what happened when Trump was in office and he started giving out those stimulus checks, all right? What was the market doing? The market went up over 16%. The market was going bananas and then recovered from the COVID crash, okay? And that's the same thing that the government's giving you hints at. They're saying, oh, we're going to get a bigger tax return this year, et cetera, et cetera. And all of a sudden they're going to talk about stimulus, et cetera. That's going to give you a clue that's going to let you know the market's about to take off to the upside, all right? So let me share this chart with you with the Bitcoin price I have in the background. Let me see if I got it. All right. Let me see here. All right. So if you know about Bitcoin, it's about supply and demand. And also another nugget, if you know anything about the 200 MA on Bitcoin, all right, it's the only major chart out there where the 200 MA has not taken any sort of significant dip, right? And everybody knows about the 200 MA, right? So keep that in mind. So we've seen the Bitcoin bull run to 1,100, 19,000, 69,000. Right now we're in the midst of taking off again in 2024. Me personally, I think Bitcoin's probably going to touch 120,000. Okay. I'm not sure it's going to touch 200,000, but there are, people saying that it's probably going to go to 200,000. All right. I think eventually, 8-9 years from now, Bitcoin will be over 300,000, potentially $400,000 a coin. All right. And another thing, if people are weary of investing or purchasing Bitcoin or putting Bitcoin to the side, think of this, okay? Think of this. What are you going to put your money into on the side, right, that is going to accumulate the acceleration of value as fast as Bitcoin? Nothing in human history has accelerated as fast as Bitcoin in price and asset evaluation value, right? You now have BlackRock, which is the biggest juggernaut on the stock market, okay, biggest hedge funds out there that is now investing in the Bitcoin and offering ETFs for people that have 401ks to invest their money into Bitcoin, right? You now have major corporations like MicroStrategy that invested over 50% of their net worth, okay, into Bitcoin, all right? So if people say, hey, you could do real estate, yes, you could do real estate, but real estate is not giving you back 1,500% returns. Real estate is not giving you an average of 200% return on your money every single year. Real estate, something can happen, the house burned down, a tenant messed up your house, your garage, or whatever it may be, and now you're out of the house, or you got to come out of money, etc. So many things are going on real estate. There's a real small percentage of people that are really making big money in real estate, okay, unfortunately. But there are those that make significant amounts of money, and kudos to them, because that's what we're about. So this is the price prediction based on the previous bull cycles and the coming up bull cycles as well. so also keep this in mind. There are corporations that are accumulating Bitcoin and putting it on their books, on their accounting books, as we speak. Currently now, we're in a bull run, all right? And I could show you, one day I could probably show you guys a chart. I don't have, well, I might be able to show it. And it basically shows me where the whales, the Bitcoin whales, jumping back into Bitcoin. Right now, they're sitting at, they got into an entry price of 37,000. So they're sitting at 37,000, right, as a purchase price in Bitcoin right now for all the new whales that are coming in. And also, I want to tell y'all this: the only reason the market goes up or down, right, is because of the Federal Reserve. All right. Yes, U.S. citizens can purchase Bitcoin, but I promise you, your $500 in purchase of Bitcoin is not affecting the price on a macro, macro level. I promise you it's not. Okay. So for those that are saying, oh, Bitcoin's a scam. I know back in the day you used to say, oh, your buddy wants you to buy Bitcoin so the price goes up. Trust me, your guy's $50 purchase on Cash App of Bitcoin is not making the price of Bitcoin go up. Trust me. All right. The only major players that can make Bitcoin go up, right, is the Federal Reserve. Why is that, Charlton? Why is that? Because the Federal Reserve cuts rates and cuts checks, right? And they start giving out money, stimulus packages to these businesses, right? When they start preaching about recession, et cetera, et cetera. They start, same thing with when Trump was in office, they started giving us stimulus packages, trying to save all these businesses and corporations. So why do you think Bitcoin was going up crazy then? Because they were using their money to invest into assets that was going to give them a return on their money. So they borrowed some money, which they didn't have to pay back. They borrowed some money in order to make more money by investing into an asset that's going to pay them back. So it's a real simple switch in semantics from the average person's mindset to a corporation's mindset, right? They get their money, they look for something to invest into, right, that's going to give them more money back as soon as they get paid. The average person gets money, they look for something to spend it on and then pay some bills. And then whatever is left over, maybe I'll put $10 into Bitcoin. Maybe I'll put $10 into Robinhood stock, right? But when you first get paid, if you say, okay, what can I make money off of, right, or invest for my future self, right, that I can do right now that's real simple, real easy, right? And you just take that mindset and you say, oh, let me purchase some Bitcoin. Let me purchase this. Let me purchase some Ethereum, right? If I can do, $300, every 2 weeks, whatever I can earn, I can own, 2 Ethereum in, 3 months, right? In 3 months or whatever, right? Because it's all about ownership, okay? So remember that the Federal Reserve is what pushes money into the markets, all right? U.S. citizens, retail money, we can't make Bitcoin go up to 200,000. We can't do that. We don't have trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars to make a unified decision just like that. It has to be big money. It has to be trillions of dollars. And we have regulation that's coming into play into Bitcoin, which, of course, the decentralized people, the originators, the original holders of Bitcoin, they are sad about that, right? Because you're going to have more KYC, know your customer. You're going to have people know your identity if you purchase Bitcoin in the United States. They don't like that because, of course, they don't want to pay taxes. They want to remain anonymous. And I understand that. I get that because that was one of the original reasons for Bitcoin. However, what that does for the price of Bitcoin is going to be positive because it's going to drive up the price on Bitcoin for those that have been holding sub 50K on Bitcoin. Because I still think Bitcoin is cheap under 50,000. Okay, it's still cheap, and so are a lot of these other coins. All right, so what's going to happen is that when those regulations pass, just like the ETFs are coming in, that opens the door, right, for other hedge funds that have billions of dollars. That opens the door, right, for more governments or whatever say, hey, we might want to invest into cryptocurrency, okay? And that opens the doors for trillions of dollars to come in, and that allows the United States, power at B, to take their little cut, okay? Because they see an asset growing, they just wanted a cut of Bitcoin, okay? I don't understand that question. What's the next something zone? But yeah. Next buy zone, I really think we're gearing up to I would buy right now. I really think we're gearing up to go up to 48K right now. If you're trading right now, really think we're going up to 48K. And I think that we're probably going to hit 51K around Christmas. If not Christmas, the first week of January. Okay. So right now, I'd be buying Bitcoin right now if you want to, do a trade, whatnot. You got proper leverage, etc. I think we're about to go hit 48K. And then eventually 51K next week. All right. What do you mean TP? TP as in for the next week, next day? One second, let me share one more screen here. And everybody type a 8 in the chat if you're getting any kind of value today. Oh, next year, 120,000, baby. Hold on, Bridget. One second. All right, perfect. All right, can everybody see what's on my screen? Type a 3 in the chat, you can see Metcalfe's law. All right, perfect. Now, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., are all on the blockchain network. Metcalfe's law reads the value of a network is proportional to the square of the number of users, right? So the more users you have of a network, the more value it has. 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, 3 goes to 4, goes to 5, right? And as you can see the chart at the bottom, it ascends, right, with the number of users that are using it. Now, as Bitcoin, blockchain are getting adopted every single day, legislation passing, ETFs passing, and more money is coming in, and more users are coming in with more user-friendly interfaces, right? I remember when I first attempted to buy Bitcoin back in 2013, I needed 3 or 4 apps and wallets just to make a purchase of Bitcoin, right? That's how difficult it was to get a hold of Bitcoin. It wasn't really efficient, all right? Now it's even more efficient. You can purchase Bitcoin now with a click of your thumb. Of course, now if you live in America, right, you have to send your ID in, validate yourself. But I remember just 4 years ago, right, maybe 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, where I didn't even need an ID and I could purchase as much Bitcoin as I wanted to and go about my business, right? But with Metcalfe's law, regardless of what the haters say or Byron down the street that don't believe in nothing, as long as you have increased users of a network, it holds value, okay? And so the Bitcoin network, the blockchain network, goes universal. It goes all around the world, right? With nodes all around the world, people participating, the miners, Bitcoin miners participating, on verifying transactions 24/7, okay? It's a self-efficient network, okay? So trust and believe that Bitcoin and the blockchain is here to stay. This is the next wave. This is the next wave. This is water. This is currency, right? Water flows. Water goes up. Water comes down, okay? Right now, we're in the third wave. We're in the third wave of high tide, right? Bullish momentum for crypto, all right? So Let me see if I can share. Give me 1 second here. One second. Oh, man. All right. I don't know if it's going to allow me to share it. No, it's not going to let me share it. All right, I might have to send a picture on a later date. It's not going to let me share it. All right, let me pull this back up. All right. So yeah. So like I said before, as we anticipate the Feds are going to cut rates, when they cut those rates, the market is going to go bananas. It's going to go insane. Okay. I'm gonna give y'all guys a coin right now. I believe it's under 70 cents. Cardano. Okay. That's one of my picks to go to all-time new highs. And I believe that one's going to go from 60 cents to eventually $7, $8 per coin. So keep that in mind. So anybody has any questions, you can type them below. I want to hold y'all guys too long. And also I want to make sure I send y'all guys that chart that shows the original Bitcoin prediction I had in our group, where I called out a buy at 16, 17K. And I said, guys, this thing's in the next bull run. And everybody had an entry at 16, 17K. Now, if you could hold it, more power to you. But hey, we had a supreme entry. But once again, I want to say thank you. Oh yeah, which platform? All right, so guys, I use crypto.com, right? For others that need more user friendly interfaces, crypto.com is the easiest to use. Now there are others such as Kraken that's out there. You can also use Binance. And then, of course, I don't really recommend them, but there's Coinbase. The only reason I don't recommend Coinbase because they tend to hold people's funds. They kind of operate like a traditional bank. But a lot of these regulated U.S. companies are going to be operating like that, unfortunately. But yeah, crypto.com is one of the main ones that I use. Kraken as well. And then, of course, make sure you have the keys to your Bitcoin. Okay. If you're not your keys, not your crypto. Okay. Yeah. Make sure you say Coinbase is the last that I recommend on that list. But yeah. But anyway, I want to say thank you guys. I appreciate your time, and more power to you. Let's continue to get this bread, continue to educate one another, and let's stay in tune.
Yes, sir. Hey, I just want to chime in real quick. When I first got into crypto, it was because of this individual, and he personally has 100x my account. I've been knowing this individual for about, I want to say about 4, almost 5 years now. Charlton has really blessed my account with his advisory. He actually told me to buy Binance at $40. All right. He told me to buy Binance at $40. We ended up taking profit somewhere around $200-300. But anytime this man asks me to buy something or recommend me buying something, I do it. And I'm like 9 out of 10. So definitely appreciate you, family. And I just want everyone to know that, so they know the weight you carry when you speak on what you're talking about, because this man has literally educated me on everything about crypto. If I have any questions about crypto, if I've been robbed from crypto, I'll call him. He got somebody that can get my crypto back. So, it's just really important to have this type of community in your circumference, and just have these type of individuals. So I threw Instagram in the chat. Make sure y'all give him a follow. Super intelligent individual when it comes to this space.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you again, Charlton. Y'all, was that gems or what? Drop some more fire in the chat for Charlton. It's always a blessing and it's always exciting to learn new things. Do not let any of this information that you heard today go over your head, okay? It's execute, 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 okay? Don't just keep them in your notes and put it to the side. Really, really hone in on everything that they've been saying. But with that said, everybody, that wraps up day 3 of 5 days on the front line with Pipn Aint Eazy's annual 4X Bootcamp, sponsored by Sway Markets. The only way is Sway. We really extend our heartfelt thanks to you all for tuning in another day with shared insights and growth. Today has been a journey through tactical techniques, strategies, maneuvers, and skills that'll form the backbone of your successful trading. We're not here just to learn, everybody. We're here to thrive in the ever-evolving world of Forex. So remember, Pipn ain't easy, but armed with the right technical wisdom and tactical wisdom, you are going to be one step closer to conquering all the challenges you may face within this world. So brace yourself. This is only day 3. Tomorrow is day 4. Tune in, same time, same place, as we dissect more market structure and EMA strategy breakdown, everyone. Again, my name is Toshaleza. I'm so blessed and humbled to be here with all of you. And that is a wrap. Peace, love, and peace.